chaos, destruction, borderline harassment. A bored cat can result in any of those things. If you don't keep your cat occupied, you're going to have a bad time. Let's chat about what boredom looks like in cats, what things might help your cat be less bored, and a few things you're better off avoiding, including one that many may see as a little bit controversial. There isn't a single sign that your cat is bored, and behaviors that can be a sign of boredom in cats may also indicate other problems, such as a medical issue, conflict between your cats, an issue in your home, or something else. I can't get into everything, cats are complicated. Some behaviors that could indicate boredom, though, include destructive scratching or chewing things, excessive vocalization, being a stage 5 clinger to use the scientific term, getting into places you don't want your cat, repetitive behaviors, running around and having a boundless amount of energy, much like a teeny tiny furry nuclear power plant, and honestly, really most behaviors you'd classify as annoying. Actually, a lot of behavior problems in cats can be the result of boredom. Even behaviors that people may find more bothersome, like litter box issues or aggressive behaviors, can be boredom related. Let's take a look at aggressive behaviors as an example, and then talk about what to do. For purposes of discussing boredom, we'll divide these behaviors into cat-on-cat aggressive behaviors and human-directed aggressive behaviors. Cats don't necessarily like every single other cat out there, and aggression between cats can be stress or territory related. It can also be because one cat wants to play while the other one would rather not. I see this frequently when people have a senior cat and decide to adopt a kitten, even though most of us who work in cat behavior strongly recommend against doing that. The bored cat will be much more likely to try and start playing with the other cat if there's not enough for them to do, or they need a lot of stimulation. If the other cat isn't in the mood to play, they may react defensively if the first cat doesn't back the heck off. This can escalate and turn from friendly to confrontational very quickly. For humans, it can be quite similar. The cat may hide behind things and leap out when you walk by. They may do a hit-and-run style of biting where they come, give you a bite, and then run away. The bite usually isn't going to be a super hard bite, but it can vary from cat to cat. Your cat may also do one of my favorite cat behaviors, which is the butt wiggle. This is where the cat wiggles their rear end right before they strike their prey, and is a sign that the cat is being playful. Yes, even if they are biting you, they are trying to play with you. Boredom isn't always playful, though. Your cat may be frustrated. If your cat tries to get your attention, vocalizes, and then bites, it could be frustration. They may also be scared, so this one is a little bit harder to interpret. If you suspect your cat is bored, what can you do? I'm going to address a strategy that is commonly used but may actually be harmful, and then give you some solutions that work better. If a cat has a lot of energy, particularly a kitten or just a high energy cat like Poutine, hi Poutine, I love you, but you have a lot of energy. People will usually try wearing them out. The idea is that they get their energy released. And this isn't an illogical line of thinking, and it might help to some degree, but it does miss one important thing: mental stimulation. Fixing boredom in cats requires mentally stimulating your cat, not just physically stimulating them. And people often focus a little bit too much on the physical stimulation part of this, because we've historically seen cats as being easy pets that we can just leave for the weekend and they're fine. When really, they have a lot more behavioral needs, and they need a lot more mental stimulation than we've generally given them credit for. They're also really smart, isn't that right, my sweet boy? Look at that sweet face. Yeah, that's a smart face. So sweet and so smart. Okay, well, how do you mentally stimulate a cat, Joey? Great, I'm going to tell you. You may have heard of the term enrichment. Enrichment is a way of giving a cat things to do, an outlet for their natural cat behaviors. It encompasses a lot of things, but adding some enrichment in the form of changing the cat's environment and adding in activities can help with boredom. Now, keep in mind though that enrichment isn't optional. You need to provide your cat with an enriched environment, or you're going to end up with problems. Enrichment in the environment usually involves adding more places to climb, scratch, play, and generally be a cat. Even if you think you have enough stuff in the environment for your cat, you might not, or the stuff you have might not be in the right locations. A lot of people will set up one cat tree for their 3 cats and be like, good enough. And honestly, your cat needs more stuff. Your cat should have cat stuff in every room they have access to, the exception possibly being the bathroom. That said, you can't rely on only changing the environment and will need to do things actively with your cat. Playing with your cat in a way that imitates a hunting cycle, in other words, you are actively moving around a toy and not just leaving toys out, will help. While kittens may like toys that are just left out, to older cats, it's just kind of like dead prey. Now, older cats will sometimes play with toys that are just sitting there, but they need toys that are moving. Doing short play sessions between 5 and 15 minutes multiple times during the day is preferable to cats rather than doing a long power play session. Long play sessions often just train your cat to build stamina to playing more. Your goal is to get your cat mentally panting, not physically panting. Clicker training is a great enrichment method, and you can check out my video on how to clicker train cats if you're interested in getting started with that. It's easier than you think, and for purposes of reducing boredom, you don't necessarily need to be a great trainer for your cat to benefit. You just have to do it good enough that they don't become frustrated and that they have to think a bit. You can try things like using food puzzles, doing nose work activity for your cats, or growing cat grass for them to nibble on. All of these are forms of enrichment. And if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notified when I put out mild to moderately entertaining new videos about enrichment ideas to try with your cat. Before I send you off to go play with your cat, I promised a hot take at the beginning. Should you get a second cat to stop your cat from being bored? Well, maybe. This one's complicated. Getting a second cat is a big decision, and it doesn't always work out. A good match can absolutely enhance the life of your cat and give them someone to play with, but a bad match? That one's gonna cause everyone involved stress. In most cases, it's better to either adopt cats in pairs from the beginning so that they have a friend that you know that they're going to get along with, or try other things first to address your cat's boredom rather than jumping right to getting a second cat. It will also be less likely to backfire on you to try clicker training or playing with your cat rather than getting a second cat. Idle hands may be the devil's workshop, but a bored cat is a chaotic cat. If you suspect your cat is bored, don't delay adding some fun to their life. They'll thank you by not destroying your home.